and welcome to episode 16 of Rustie Sheep. Hello, my name is Ines and I live in East Flanders, Belgium. I just moved recently, but I talked about that in my last episode. So, welcome back if you're a returning viewer, and if you're a new viewer, welcome. This is my podcast where I talk about knitting and just me rambling about life. It used to be weekly in the beginning, then I was out for a couple of months, and now it's been 2 weeks, I think, since I last recorded. So, yeah. Um, I finally finished the Svenson from Jarod Flood. Last time that I recorded, I was on the sleeve. Look how amazing that sleeve is. Look down here. Of course, I still need to do the threads, but I'm going to use that when I sew everything together. So I was like halfway the first sleeve. And we all hate Sleeve Island. We all hate that it takes so long for sleeves to knit up. And this was even longer than I expected. A lot of cabling, moss stitch. So I powered really through. And look, I have another one. I actually just recently finished it I think about half an hour ago. So yeah. So I was really powering through because I want to get this finished and show it on the podcast. And now this is going to get a good soak and block up. The other parts, the back and the front, are already blocked upstairs. I have a second bedroom that I don't really use except for storage. And my old table is in that room. So I laid down my mats and I blocked it. So yeah. I'm so happy this is done. I think I've been working on this sweater for about 5 to 6 weeks now, for nothing else, like nothing else. I've been working on this, except a pair of socks, but I'll talk about that later. And I will just started it. It's not like I have finished a pair of socks, okay? So yes, sleeves are done. I've never been so happy in my life to have two sleeves. Yeah, left sleeve, right sleeve. It's the bind off is differently than it goes the other way, of course. But so happy. But now the thing I've been dreading is coming up. Like when everything is blocked, I need everything to sew together. And I explained my last challenge I had with sewing stuff together. So yeah, I'm just gonna be calm, make sure that I'm like really in the right mindset to kitchen or stitch the whole thing together. Not my favorite part of knitting a sweater and like sewing everything together. So if there are any volunteers in my area, just let me know. You can have a sweater you can put together. But yeah, my colleague is really looking forward to it. I've been sending him pictures like the status, and I went to the office on Wednesday and I brought part of the sleeve with me, and he was like, oh, amazing, it's amazing. He's my biggest fan, like knitting wise, he's amazing. He doesn't even like knitting, and yeah, he just supports me, and it's really nice to have that. So I'm so happy this is done. Don't mind my hair today. I just finished the sleeves, took a shower really quickly because after this podcast, I'm going to my parents' house and have a lovely dinner with them. It's still a bit early, but we like to have some snacks, some tapas. It's so typical in our family. They came over last week as well. I made a homemade lasagna and it was lovely. I like seeing my parents and just chat with them. And yeah, and I even call my dad like 3 times a week, but still. Actually, the reason I'm going is that my dad dropped off some pants that I had to shorten and also fix. There were some holes in there on his like the typical on the knees, and they're working pants, and they're actually his winter working pants, and that's the reason he's been really harassing me. But like, when are you going to fix that? When are you going to do that? So Wednesday evening after work. Was that Wednesday? No, Thursday. I was really tired, but I did them anyway. It took me about an hour to do everything. I think I had to shorten 3 pants and fix one, but the one that needed to be fixed because there was a hole in, was also too long, so I fixed that one as well. So yeah, my dad. So I'll be happy to see him. I'll be leaving like in maybe 25 minutes, depending on where this episode is going. Typical me rambling. So yeah, Steve's so grateful. You know, I said in the previous episode that I wasn't allowed to start anything new because I really had to finish this one, and I really have to start in a baby to make a baby jumper. But I thought I still have a couple of weeks. My friend hasn't is not due yet, and she gave birth on Thursday. So I'm a bit stressed now. It's like that's the reason I really wanted to finish those. Yesterday evening, this morning, the whole morning, I just kept knitting. My hands are hurting at the moment from knitting, but I just wanted to power through. And now I can start the baby jumper. I have everything here in the house, and I'm taking it with me to go to my parents so I can start up there. So yeah, but it's been exciting. It's like really powering through and hard on the hands. And I'm a person like if I have something in my mind, I really want to do that, and I want to. I I'm a bit harsh on myself as well. I set certain goals, and I'm not sure if I can make them, but I want to make them, and then I put a lot of pressure on myself, and so typical. I do that in my job as well. So I really need to learn to let go sometimes. And I don't like it when my knitting turns into an obligation. And it's not that my colleague is like pushing me, like asking me about it, like how is it, how far along are you? But you know, if you're making something as a present or as you are making something for someone, um, and they know about it, you do feel a bit obligated to deliver it quickly. Or is that something I only have? I'm not sure. Just let me know in the description box. Please leave a comment if you have the same feeling. But that's maybe it's me, I'm not sure. So yeah, me babbling. I have amazing news as well. For me, I'm so happy about this, but I'll tell that in a minute. Firstly, I'm going to talk about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing my Carpino sweater, and I forgot to look up whom it's from. I'll put it down here. It's actually knitted in Holst. Let me just stand up for a bit so you can see the sweater. I love this sweater. It's my second Carpino. Um, my first one, I knitted in Ballroom EU, and the funny part is I actually have it here because I wore it yesterday. It's inside out. So this is knitted in Holst. That's a light fingering weight, and the colorway is cranberry. I have a big cone, and I only used the cone for this sweater, but yeah, there will be some baby jumpers in the future. I have like two colleagues whose wives are pregnant or just gave birth, so I have enough. So this is my second Carpino. Yeah, this is knitted out of Bramley Bats from Ballroom EU. That's actually the first sweater I ever knitted for myself. No, just ever knitted. Oh, I love this one. It's this is like 4 or 5 years old. I think 4 years old, and it's still good. It does peel a bit here. It did change from sweating, but honestly, I wore this a lot. Over the last 4 years, there's still no holes in except just under the armpit. It's a bit mushed all together, the yarn, but it's because I wore it a lot. Every chance I got, I wore this. So that's why actually I made a second one because I really love this pattern. Um, it's challenging enough. It's a top down and it's a repeat of 4 rows, the lace, this part. And you need to be very careful where you're at because if you make a mistake, and I did that with this sweater and had to rip it out. And I actually made a mistake and I tried to go back, knit it back, but then I created some line and they were just here on like where my breasts are, and it was really visible. It's like a straight line because I did something wrong. That was with the first one. And I had to rip it out. But Barami is a really long, hairy yarn. was so difficult to rip out. It's because it was always stuck to each other. And oh my God, it took me like, I think a full day to rip it out. I was like halfway here. And you can't see where my hands are, but I was like halfway here. The line was here and it was so visible. And I asked people like, oh, do you see anything? And even people not know, like friends of mine who don't knit, they saw the line. I was like, yeah, I can't do that. Like my first knitted sweater, I can't do that. So yeah. Huh. So that was a nightmare, but beginner's mistakes. It's my favorite sweater. This one I don't wear that often. Actually, it's a really beautiful sweater as well, but it's not that. It's Holst. It's really light, and Holst really blooms up. Everybody's saying it. As soon as you give it a good wash, a good rinse, Holst blooms. It is. But for me, this jumper is a bit too light. It's actually perfect in the summer. Just put something on top of your t-shirt or something. This is a perfect summer knit, even when it's 100% wool. But yeah, I'm just wearing it because the heating is on. It's really warm in the house, and yeah, this is a knitting podcast. I cannot like make an episode without wearing some knitting. Most of the time, I have my socks on that I made. But now I have to leave and I don't wear woolen socks in my boots, so it's not that cold yet. We're only October, so yeah. As you can see, this is one of the episodes again, me just rambling. So, but yeah, I'm going to keep it short today, because yeah, I have to leave in a bit. I did cast on a pair of new socks, just plain vanilla socks. I call them meeting knitting, because I'm not sure when I cast these on. I think, oh no, I did Tuesday. Like I had a lot of meetings on Tuesday and I was knitting on the sleeve, but with the cabling, I really had to pay attention to the knitting. And if I'm following a meeting, I can't do both, not especially with cables. So I just decided to cast on vanilla socks. It's actually for my friend Yoke. I'm not sure if it's just a present or a Christmas present. Yeah, I should just do it, like give it as a Christmas present, because otherwise I have to start knitting again for Christmas presents. So this is Lana Grossa yarn, sock yarn, in the Rocky colorway. I have a few of them, but I picked this up. Actually, I already made a pair of socks from this bowl, short socks for a friend, and now I'm just, because Yoko really likes the color blue, and this is a really lovely, with the stripes, knitting it up. So I'm halfway down the foot. I think I need 17 centimeters to do that. Let me just calculate quickly about, is that 17, 8 inches, something like that before I start the heel. Yeah, something like that. So takes 7.5 inches, 8 inches before I need to start on the heel. I'm just going to do a short German short row heel, easy. I can do that in the back of my mind. And I know next week I have a lot of meetings again. We have our monthly meeting that takes about an hour and a half, so that's fine for me. We don't have to be at the office physically. We only need to follow via Skype or via Teams, and the camera's off, so that's perfect for me. So yeah, socks. Something maybe it's. I have a little fly in the house, like the fruit flies. So yeah, socks. It's not really a lot to tell yet, but there are my Chaigu needles. I'm using 2.5 millimeters. I love my Chaigu. It's a bit too long though, the cable. As you can see, it's dangling. But I made a mistake, I think a couple of months ago, to order a fixed cable, and that cable, the wire was too small. So now just pick the biggest one just to make sure. But as maybe a birthday present for myself or a Christmas present or both, depending on what the financial status is. Because yeah, moving costs a lot. So and I still like need to paint upstairs. My friend did one part, but I still need to hire someone to paint the upstairs as well. So that will cost a lot of money too. But I'm going off again. So no, as maybe birthday present for me or Christmas present, I will buy the whole Chico set because that is I have my eye on that for a while now. So and it costs about 120 euros. That's maybe £100, something like that. I think about $120. I think now I'm not really sure. I have to check what the I think £20 is like 22 euros. So yeah, something like that. So I need to check the rates, the currency. It's been a while, so yeah. And now I was so happy when I got the message from my colleague Yoka. Actually, Yoka is the mother hen we call her at the office. She arranges everything. Like if there's something wrong with your phone, you just text Yoka. She is not really the receptionist. It's part of the what she does as well. But it sounds so denigrating, I think, if you just say, "Oh, she's a receptionist." She isn't. She's like mother hen. She takes care of everything in the office, and she's just amazing. And she turned out a really good friend. She helped me during the with the moving as well. So, you know, so Yoga texted me on Tuesday, like, Inez, there's a package for you at your desk. I was like, oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I already posted it on Instagram if you follow me there, but I was so happy to go to the office on Wednesday. I was like, okay, yes, that's actually the only reason that I'm going into the office is to go. Actually, it's in my bag already. It's like I love a good fingering, my project bag. And look at that. Oh, my Christmas yarn has arrived with a mini skein for the heels and toes. And look at that. I'm gonna just take it off. It's actually from Dragon Hill Studios. You're not surprised because you know I've been talking about this brand for a while now. So it's the Sherbon Gold Sparkle Sock 4-ply. So it has 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5% gold stellina. It actually has 400 meters on 100 grams skein. And the colorway it's called Twinkle Lights. And maybe you can see a bit of the sparkle. Yeah, you can. If you look at the red stripe, and if I move it, you see the sparkle. Oh, I can't wait to knit this up. I was so excited. Look, you could choose which mini skein you wanted. There was a choice between green and red, but I thought red. Yeah, it's Christmassy, so I really love it. It's not 100% the same red, but it will do. But this will be so amazing when it's knit up. I saw a sample already on the website when I bought it, and yeah, I was really excited when I opened the package, and there was some Maltesers in there, and yeah, oh, this was so amazing. It really made my day. And my boss came by, like the biggest boss of the company, not my director. He knows I'm addicted to yarn, and the other one didn't. And he was like, "Why are you so excited?" I was like, "My yarn is here." He was like, "Yes, yarn." I was like, "Yes, I'm addicted to yarn." And he was like, okay. So like, look, look, look. And I showed him this. He was like, yeah. I was like, for Christmas, for socks. And I was really excited. And he was like, she is weird. I think he must have thought, like, why did I hire her? What's wrong with her? It's like, really, my face lights up. I can even see it on this camera talking about this yarn. It's for me all the colors, knitting it up, and Christmas socks, and actually, in no, I will discuss that in the next episode when it arrives. So I did order yarn again on Friday, so 2 days ago. Also Christmas yarn, but yeah, it was exciting. But I'll tell that story later. I'm giving away everything otherwise. So, oh, my Christmas yarn, but I still need to wait to knit it up because, yeah, actually, my needles are occupied right now, so the chances are good that I only have one finished sock and then I will start the Christmas socks. Uh, because I'm going to join the festive suck-along from Stranded podcast. And yes, this would be perfect. I can actually knit 2 pairs of that because I know how much I use. I'd use about 47 grams, something like that, to knit up a pair of socks. And with this, like 47 grams with only using one color. So if I have this color, that means I can knit 2 pairs of socks. And I always have that when I order from Dragon Hill Studios. So, but I think I will give 1 pair to my sister Esty because I know she will love Christmas socks as well. So, yeah. Does anything? Yeah, there's still something I want to talk about. So 2 weeks ago, I adopted a cat. His name is Joss. I already talked about him in the last episode. He was ill last week, so I took him to the vet on Monday during my lunch break. And so he got some injections, was better. And now, I don't know what's wrong with that cat, but for some reason, he's stressed out. He just rips out his own hair. There's like cat hair everywhere. And I've seen him do it. It's like, I don't know what's going on with him because I try to pet him, I feed him. He starts like going to the toilet everywhere. Like this morning I woke up and you know the small hand luggages with all my socks in, like my cozy socks, also my knitted socks, was lying on the floor because um after a while, I'm done with the unpacking thing. So I thought, I'll just pick a pair of socks and then when I wear them and I'll wash them and I'll put them in my drawer. That was my weird system. Now I just have to wash them all because he just peed in that hand luggage. And I don't know why he does that. So I already called the vet again on Friday and he says, yeah, if it's not better this weekend, so you need to come over with him. So I'll be doing that tomorrow as well. But I don't understand. He used to be really sweet and always coming for cuddles, and now he just turned into a nightmare. Um, I bought him new toys. I changed food. Normally he's not allowed to go outside in the garden already, but he was crying the whole time, so I did. My garden is closed off, so he can't really get away far. But then he just sits in the middle of the grass and meowing. I was like, yeah, but darling, what do you want? Sometimes I just wish he would tell me because I'm actually a bit lost. I've been Googling like stress with cats, and then there's some kind of perfume you can buy. You just put it in the plug, and then it spreads like a scent for cats. I bought that, and it's not better. The cat is still pulling his own hair out. I think that's so awful. He's getting bald spots around his legs, and I don't even understand why he does that. So I tried to leave him alone and made him a corner with cushions where he can be cozy, have his own space. I tried like everything. So if you have tips for me, please tell me because I'm a bit desperate. Like the cat turned into a nightmare. It's like he doesn't allow to pet me and pet him anymore. And sometimes he does, and then I start petting him, and then he turns around and puts his claws into me and just scratches me or bites me. I was like, maybe he's angry because he went to the vet, but he wasn't upset at that time because he did like the vet, and it's actually the vet where he used to go because I checked his animal passport, and the vet is only like 15 minutes away from me, so I didn't want him to have that stress of a new vet, so I called the same vet as usual, and I don't really understand what is going on. So if you have tips, just let me know, okay? Yeah, I think I have everything now to talk that I talked about. Sorry for the rambling again. I think it will be just me. That is Ines, just rambling away. Yeah, I think that's me. um, yeah, I'm gonna round up. There's another story I want to tell, but I know myself if I do that, I will just end up babbling for another 10 minutes, and I wanted to keep this short. So, guys, thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.